Today, we're gonna make some vegan donuts. So this is the piece of equipment that I'm missing from my home donuts.
That is
so satisfying.
Apologies to the crew if you get splashed in oil.
That's incredible.
Greetings and welcome to PB with Jay. If you're new to the channel, we focus on plant-based and vegan goodness. From cookbook reviews where my family tells you what they actually think of them, to information videos on weight loss and other topics, as well as interviews with people that have gone through a plant-based journey themselves. Not to mention, a lot of my own recipes are on here. But today we're doing something a little bit different for the channel, and I'd love it if you tell me in the comments below if you dig this sort of video on the channel, and maybe I will make more of them. Today I'm going to a donut shop / factory where they make a lot of vegan donuts. Let me know below what your favorite kind of donut is. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. And stick around to the end because I'm gonna make a custom PB with Jay, plant-based with Jeremy, donut. Let's get to it. Today I'm working with Mark Brown, one of the founders of Lady Glaze Donuts. But what I was interested to learn is that Mark didn't originally study to be a baker.
No, not at all. Originally, I went to the University of Ottawa for chemical engineering. I couldn't see myself sitting in front of a computer screen just monitoring something, a chemical reaction, pressure in a pipe, viscosity of peanut butter. I didn't want to do that. And so I had always used food to pay for my education and decided, why don't I just do that to make a career out of it?
But what's really unique to me is just how many plant-based vegan options they have on their menu.
I came up in kitchens, and so you walk into a restaurant, you're like, I'll have the vegan option, and you're getting salad. And so we wanted to kind of flip that on its head, and if you came in, you can't tell the difference between a plant-based and a regular product, and that's intentional. Like, we want someone to enjoy the product just as much, whether or not they subscribe to that diet or not, and not feel that either diet has a diminished experience in our shop.
So what are we gonna do today?
We're gonna make some donuts.
So what are we gonna do first?
First step is the mix.
So what's the blend, can you say? It's a secret.
Really, it's just a combination of pastry and bread flour, just in the right percentage that we like to get the softness and the texture for our donuts. Next we have a combination of sugar, baking powder, and nutmeg for you.
The smell. You're probably just used to it now, right? It's like air for you.
Pretty much, yeah. That's our fresh yeast, so you're just gonna kind of crumble it all over the flour here.
With my hands?
Yep.
It's kind of like Play-Doh, isn't it?
Very much so, yeah.
I do a lot of sourdough starter, but this is a totally different texture.
So cool. With donuts, the dough is a quick turnaround, right? So
with
a compressed yeast, you're active a lot faster than sort of a dried yeast where you have to wait for it to kind of hydrate and kind of get going. So, I mean, it's a quick process, so this is the best yeast for what we do.
And this is applesauce?
Applesauce, yeah, and you just pour it all over.
And you're growing your own apples too in the back, you've got a tree.
We wish.
And milling them?
We've got an apple partner just outside of Hamilton that grows everything for us.
Oh, amazing.
Next stage, we're just gonna add some water. So we have a water meter on the wall right there, so it's actually set for the amount of water that you need. All you need to do is push the start button.
Whoa!
Stops on its own.
It's got a real jump to it.
Page down, we'll get it going.
And how long does this mix for?
We're gonna start with a short mix right now just to bring sort of the dough together. It's just to incorporate the water and the flour together. Once that's done, we add our vanilla and our salt, so that way our yeast is distributed through sort of this mix, and we don't have to worry about the yeast coming into contact with sort of rogue salt and kind of starting to kill it. This batch right here makes about 25 kilos of dough. So out of this 25 kilos, we will cut roughly 200 donuts, and then all of our scrap gets hand chopped into things like our fritters or our Dutchies or cinnamon rolls, things like that.
And do you do donut holes ever?
We do, actually. Our donut holes, based on our company being Lady Glaze, we call them Lady Balls.
Do you have a shirt for that?
We don't, not yet.
So you just stopped it. Is there a certain look or a feel that you just know when it's ready?
As we can see, the dough looks shiny as like the fat's in it, but it just has to kind of finish coming together. So I'm just making sure that we've got anything that's kind of stuck on the edges just pulled into the center to help bring the dough together in the final stages of mixing here. So we're coming to the end of the mix. The dough is pulling nicely away from the bowl, nice clean bowl. It's starting to stick sort of your center post there, and it's starting to ribbon around it. You can sort of see that nice sort of consistent lumps are starting to form. Mesmerizing to watch too.
It really is.
right, our dough is done.
This is so exciting. So how does it get from here to there?
Manual labor. We tell people that CrossFit's free when they get a job here. So.
Oh, that's not the way to do it. I'm taking too
Yeah,
much.
you're good.
Ready? Release the Kraken.
So what we want to do is we're going to try and keep 3 nice equal parts.
And you just do it by eye, huh?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, we roll it all out and you cut it by hand anyways, so there's no point being exact about it.
Right.
Just grab a bit of flour. We can dust the tops of each of these. Yeah, you're just going to smooth it out to a little longer piece there, so it's a little bit straighter. You're going to grab it in the center, lift it up, fold pieces down.
Just like knead it, just knead it, right?
Almost like a light knead, just to kind of tuck the dough in so it's ready to rest for a little bit.
Gotcha. You just do it once?
Yeah. With the donuts, you want the softness, so you don't want to overwork it.
Yeah,
So.
I got it. So just do that?
Yeah, perfect.
And we just plop them in there?
Plop them in there. Now we're just going to pop a lid on them and we let them rest in the refrigerator for about half an hour.
Great.
Now we're going to roll the dough. So we use sort of an automated roller system. It's known as a sheeter, and it helps get the dough really consistently sort of thick all the way around. So that way your donuts are a lot more consistent. So that way the weights always kind of end up the same.
So this is the piece of equipment that I'm missing from my home donuts.
That is. So as long as you have 12 feet of clearance, you can put it anywhere in your home.
Right.
Just going to smooth the dough out just a little bit here, just to make sure that it gets through sort of the safety guards. If it's a little too high, it gets caught on those. And now we just go back and forth until the dough is nice and thin.
So how many times do you do this?
Every time we step it down, we go through twice. If it gets stuck, it just starts to stretch and rip in certain spots, and you end up with pockets that are a little bit too thin. So as we can feel here, it's a nice consistent thickness. No thin spots, no thick spots.
It's like soft.
It is. Oh. Now we just transfer it over to our table to work with it.
Is there any like special technique to this? I just plop it down and...
The technique is not to use your wrist.
Ah, see, that was my instinct, would be go down and turn it.
Cutting too much and turning with your wrist, you're going to get carpal tunnel by the end of the day. Ultimately, you'll hear the term punching donuts, and the idea is that as you kind of do it, you just kind of really go really fast and just punch them straight through.
And the trick is obviously get it as close as you can.
Yeah, minimize your waste.
It really is, like once you do it, you get a feel for it, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
I think that's the most I can do.
And now it's just time for the pick.
Oh, yeah, that's a good game. Oh, you're really good at it.
And now we just loosen the dough a little bit to make sure that it's not stuck too much, because if you pull and it's still not fully cut,
right.
You'll find that it'll stretch and you won't have a circular donut anymore.
They're so soft and delicate.
And these are the frying screens, so these go directly into the proofer. So as you set the donut down on here is how it proofs up. So if they're misshapen here, that's how they'll end up in the fryer. Now that you got a couple left, we'll just show you what we do for the twist here.
Okay.
So you want to grab one out.
Okay.
And then we just open it up. And we loop it into a figure 8.
Like that?
Yep.
And once, twice.
There you go.
That is so satisfying.
It's always good to play with your food a little bit.
Right?
Now we're all ready to go. We'll head over to the fry room.
I don't know where I'm going.
Off this way.
Let's fry some donuts. No, we gotta proof these first.
Yeah.
So this is the proofer.
Yes.
So I just lift this down.
Yeah, little cabinet proofer. The multiple doors help kind of keep all your humidity and your temperature inside.
And what's the temperature of this?
We run at about 35, 37 degrees Celsius with about 65 to 75% humidity.
Okay. And this sits for how long?
They'll sit anywhere between 25 and 35 minutes, just depending on kind of the ambient temperature of the bakery here. But today it's a nice warm day, so they'll be done in about 20, 25 minutes.
So how do we know they're good to go now? What are we looking for?
We're looking for this increase in size, and then we've got a nice warm texture, a slight little push. You can see it bounces back, a little bit of a divot sticks, but it doesn't collapse. So we still have good structure in there, super light, super fluffy. So now we just let them sit on the counter for about 2 minutes, and they grow a little bit of a skin. That way they're just optimal to fry. I mean,
And they go in for how long?
we're going to do these for a minute per side. Ready to flip?
Yeah. Is it a two-hand operation?
Ideally, yes.
Okay, so when that goes off, I got a boom, 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 right?
Exactly.
There's so much pressure here. My instinct is to push them out from the sides.
You can, yeah, you can float them around. I mean, there's no harm. It's the same temperature everywhere.
Okay.
You're good to go. Flip her over.
Oh no, I'm making a mess out of these things. I thought I was gonna go 2 hands, but oh, please. Apologies to the crew if you get splashed in oil. That is not the intention. Okay.
Another minute, we'll be done.
Whew. I'm sure that was so slow compared to how most people do it.
And you're about half the amount that we normally do.
Right. But also with more in there, it's probably easier to flip them because they don't move so much, right?
It depends. Sometimes if you put a bit too much in, you don't have room to flip. So
You're supposed to say yes, Jeremy. That's why you were so bad at it. And what temperature is this oil?
we fried about 365. There we go. First batch ready to go.
So now we're gonna see how fast Mark can do the flipping. That's sizzle. I want to time you. How fast can you think you can flip all these?
Let's go 9 seconds.
You can do it 9 seconds?
All right, we're guessing.
I'm gonna give you 10. I'm gonna give you 10 on the timer.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Ready? And you're 5 behind. Still way faster than me. It's a thing of beauty, Mark.
Thank you.
So what are we gonna do the twists?
So these we want to do while they're still nice and hot. So we just toss them in cinnamon sugar. Just coat them.
Just give
nice
them a
and
bath.
Bath.
And this glorious, oh, I touched it. I'm messing up the shape.
And you just set them on the tray, and then any of the excess just kind of falls below.
So these are cooled and ready for dressing, but you were telling me that there's a way to tell if the donuts have risen properly by looking at the ring.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, the key to a donut is lightness. So for us, sometimes get underproof, so we can see that there's no sort of indication of a nice white ring where you can see there's a clear definition here where it's just popped enough to be kind of exactly what we're looking for. So sometimes there's a bit of tearing as well. So that just comes from the cut not being completely through and just pulling a little bit on sort of the dough on the outside, leaving a little bit of a harder edge. So these are ones that we would typically sort of not use for the shop.
Now, you've let me design my own donut.
Exactly, we're here to do the PB with Jay.
5-year-old Jeremy is crazy excited right now. So we decided to slice this in half.
Yeah.
This was your idea, I love this. So we're gonna use the donut ring. So we're gonna put jam in the middle.
Yeah.
So a nice thick layer of your homemade jam, right?
Yep, just strawberries, a little bit of lemon juice, sugar, and a touch of apple pectin.
Is the best thing to do is to dip this now?
It is, yeah, so we'll just pull this over. It has a tendency to shell as it sits just from being out in the air, which is exactly what you want on the top of the donut. So you're stir that in now. And you can
So what's the technique? Just like a quick dip? Or let it sit for a second?
You want to just kind of dip and give it a twist, and then as you pull it up, you can kind of let any of the excess drip off.
Oh, that'll work, right?
That'll work.
I'm so excited. Okay, next we're gonna do a peanut butter drizzle. So that's a strawberry glaze on top. All right, so we're gonna put, what is this?
This is just a berry crumb, so it's just a vanilla kind of cookie crumb that we make, but we incorporate freeze-dried raspberries and strawberries in it to give it that bright, vibrant color and a little bit more of a fruity taste.
And that is the PB with J.
Looks good. Cheers.
Cheers. Come on. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. What do you think?
It's a really nice flavor combination. I mean, dough's great, glaze is great.
Well, the dough, you're just complimenting yourself. So are you gonna put this on the menu?
We certainly can.
I like it. All right. So now, I mean, we got this whole selection of ingredients here. Can we make some stuff for the crew?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Here, I'll do the boom. Give me the mic. I'll hold it. We're good. Just get in there. It's kind of messy. Don't mind.
Can we eat it?
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
You guys want some donuts?
Oh. Or to the next flavor.
Nope.
Alright. Oh boy. Thank you. That's pretty good.
This is the official PB with J donut right here. Look at the peanut butter and the jelly right in there. Look at that. Whoa. Wow. That's incredible. Oh my God.
Right?
I'm a big peanut butter and jelly guy, but in eating it with a soft, tasty donut, it's amazing.
It's magic. So you can come on down to Lady Glaze Donuts yourself and grab your own PB with J donut. Limited time only. Unless everyone loves it, then it's gonna be a permanent fixture, right? Yeah. Thanks for joining us on our tour of Lady Glaze Donuts. If you like this sort of video for the channel, please let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, what is your favorite donut? If you like this video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more stuff like this. And if you want to see a video where I try every single vegan donut that Lady Glaze makes, watch this video right here. Thanks.